Hey everybody, Becca Switzer here. Really feeling very heavy today for humanity, and just seeing everything that's going on with riots and violence and protesting and just general unrest with humanity. And I shared a quote earlier that I'd like to call on again by Albert Schweitzer, who's a philosopher. And it says, I am life that wants to live amidst life that wants to live. And I love calling on that quote because, you know, when we look at things like the stuff that's going on right now in our country or in our planet, it's not a police problem. It's not a government problem. It's a human problem. It's a self-awareness problem. It's not just certain groups of people. It's certain groups of people get into power who are so disconnected from where they came from, which is love, that they are expressing their power in a negative way. And it's such a challenging issue. I've been thinking here, going around all day, like cleaning my house, just thinking like, man, what can we do? And it just kept coming back to, you can't force change. You can't, laws don't change it, right? Gun control doesn't change it. None of those things solve the root problem. Like they attempt to solve the symptoms. So they attempt to treat the symptoms of the root cause, but the root cause is a massive lacking in self-awareness on an individual basis. I shared a video the other day when I did a meditation, and I was thinking about Jesus on the cross when he was saying, you know, he's there being crucified by people and spat upon and literally murdered, hung to die. And he was calling upon God and saying, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Like, have compassion on these poor souls. And for the first time, I really understood that, in that we say things all the time, like there's this idea that hurt people, right? But it's so true. Like, if you are super self-aware and you're very in touch with your own humanity and your heart and your feelings, you naturally follow the golden rule, right? And all religions have a version of this. It's do unto others what you'd want them to do to you. And so if you're really in touch with your heart, you would never treat another person badly because you know how bad that feels. You'd never go out and harm another person or cut them down or hurt them physically or any of those things. And so the issue lies in personal self-awareness and values. And I think that this is a massive calling to humanity to be looking within. We can't go and change other people. We can only work on ourselves. And it takes a global collective consciousness for everybody to go, I'm going to take care of my side of the street. And I see that I am life that wants to live amongst other life that wants to live. And that's where it has to start. And so what can we do? Well, we can lead by example. We can share that message of love. We can be peaceful. We can teach our children, make sure that the next generation after us does better than this one and the one that came before it. But more than anything, we have to look inside. We have to take personal responsibility for how we come into the world and how we come to each other and how we treat each other. And that starts with radical self-awareness, like getting so in touch with yourself that you would never go out of your way to cause harm to another person or being, because you understand that, whoa, I showed up here on earth just like this plant or just like that snail or that dog or that horse or that person. All of us just opened our eyes and we're here, and we need to respect that. Like, whoa, we all came from this incredible universe. It's mysterious life force fills us all, whether you're grass growing in the yard or you're a human being walking on the earth or you're this beautiful, handsome dog. Hi, right? So in recognizing that, we can have much more respect, compassion, and love for each other, but it has to start there. So do your best to share love and peace and just embody love as much as humanly possible. And embodying love means, to me, just allowing. It's allowing and appreciating everything around you, like understanding that, like we keep saying, this just wants to be here. It wants to have its experience. And I like to call back on two things that I always say that kind of you could define my belief system with it. And my approach is do no harm and approach everything with love. And if you can use those two simple rules, like I'm approaching everything with love on my mind and in my heart. And my first thing is I'm never going to purposely cause harm to another being. Those two sentiments can lead you so far. So I hope that resonates with you guys. Be safe out there and be loving to each other. Like even in just the tiniest moments that you can show love and compassion to other people, do that. I love you all. I hope to see positive change here soon. And you guys are doing great. I'll catch you on the next one.